coming out of funky rules is look what happened to the guys at Korn Ferry this week. Taking the shuttle over after they've been shuttled from the practice range to the tee box. That was allowed. And then obviously a few players took a shuttle to get back over, and they were penalized, and a few of them missed the cut, and 2 of them lost their card because of it.
Well, they got penalized taking a shuttle from they started their rounds on the 10th tee, so their turn was from 18 green back to number 1 tee, and apparently it was a long trip. Now, it's not all that uncommon in those types of events to have a shuttle available for those situations. So I think the tournament committee for that one needs to take a little bit of ownership of that. Did the players violate a rule and deserve the penalty? Absolutely. I mean, they did not read it was on their local rule sheet. They broke the rule. Penalty was assessed. All that's fine. But I think the committee needs to take a little ownership there, because in the interview with the players that were penalized, they even mentioned that we walked off the green. There was a shuttle there waiting for us. He asked us to jump in. We just assumed it was to shuttle us to the first tee. We went with it. It'd be very easy to get confused in that situation.
Well, I think the confusing part, too, is they allowed them to shuttle from one place of the golf course to tee off.
Correct.
But then that's where it stopped.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it from 18 to 1 or was it from 9 to 10?
I think it was from the driving range to get to.
What I read,
it had to be during the round for it to be a penalty. So it doesn't matter where exactly it was, but where one of the players said it was confusing is the sign on the cart said volunteer shuttle.
Correct.
Okay.
It made it almost look official.
And that's the thing. The tournament made it look official.
Right.
Like that's the tournament putting it on, which, it cost one guy his card in the reshuffle. So his season's essentially done. He's back to the, I'm sure he's going to get sponsors exemptions.
Oh, yeah.
Boo Weekly, who made the cut, who then got penalized the next day.
Missed the cut.
Yeah.
That
goes into all of this, and I think we've talked a lot about rulings and pace of play and what's going on. And it's like the PGA Tour is caring about, or any of the major tours are caring about the wrong stuff because they keep messing up this little stuff that hurts the overall look of the game.
This one reminds me a lot. Obviously, it's a very much different situation, very different as far as spotlight on it. But Dustin Johnson at Whistling Straits, on the 72nd hole. Is this a bunker? Is it not a bunker kind of thing? It feels very much like that. Is this a cart I can ride in or not?
Yeah, and it bodes to the point, too. It's like, why do you still make players? With all the technology we have now with Shot Tracker, and you can go on their apps and see every score for every hole, why are they still making players sign their cards? Because if they sign the wrong score, they're disqualified, even though the tournament is keeping up with the score and posting it and stuff. It goes into like all these little rules and stuff that players have to do that, we can do without, right? Because it just always seems like little petty stuff is costing players essentially their livelihoods.
Now, as far as keeping a scorecard, I wouldn't want to change that.
There's really no need for it now, though.
I think there is. It is. Playing a tournament round of golf, especially in like some of our Carolinas PGA events where we don't actually keep scorecards.
Well,
I understand it's different, but it's at the same time, it's the same thing. I hate playing around a tournament golf where I don't have a scorecard. I don't feel like I'm playing tournament golf anymore.
True. It's just one of those things, though. It's like you're using all this technology in the world to broadcast a tournament.
Yeah, great. And like in our situation, I think it's great to give us the ability to kind of see live scoring. But at the end of the day, I want to have a scorecard. I want it to feel like an official tournament.
Yeah. So it makes sense. But I think, that's just unfortunate thing to happen at the Korn Ferry event, which was a shootout this weekend.
Right.
Holy cow. Those players are good.
It's if you didn't catch it, guy shot 59-67. So if you shot 5 under for 2 days, we actually had one of our local clients and good friends of us qualify into the tournament. Shot 5 under for 2 days, went home.
It's good playing. I mean, shot 64 to
get in
the Monday qualifier.
Yeah. Golf is hard.
It's a hard sport.
And golf is deep.
Imagine that 64, 68, 69, you go home. No money. You spend all the money to get out there, spend all the money, hotels, cars, food, plus qualifiers cost. Yeah. And then you
don't make money in those qualifiers either.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a tough game, but it only, it's also a testament to the players that make it. That all it takes is 1 week. 1 1 week for something to click, and it can set up the rest of your year. But
And do you guys want to stress on the importance of why this specific week on Korn Ferry was so important? That reshuffle is?
So and for the player that we're saying it cost him his season, so the Korn Ferry Tour does a reshuffle after so many events to start the season that repairs the field and gives each player, you're earning new status. Right. So the players that rate on the bubble, this was their 1 week to make or break. And that 2-shot penalty cost a player his break because he was in. And then that 2-shot penalty missed the cut. He no longer gets in the reshuffle.
So it establishes your status on the for the rest of the year.
Yeah. And, so it's, golf is a deep game, and it just gets tougher and tougher every day.